name is Robert H. Honeycutt. I'm an old World War II veteran. June the 2nd, I'll be 87 years old, or young, whichever way you want to look at it. I was a prisoner of war in World War II. I was shot down over Germany, over Austria actually, and became a prisoner of war. I was on the death march. I walked 8 million thousands of other American POWs, walked 800 miles in 86 days of below 20-degree weather. And we paid dearly for it. A lot of them lost their lives on that. And this is what we're trying to do, is tell the public about it. So when I die, all that history will die with me. But I didn't want that to happen. That's why I started the museum. We have lots of children, particularly children, that needs to come through this museum here. We've got more history in here. You won't believe what's in there. There's no Hollywood stuff here. It's all happened. We invite you to come out and see it.
Veterans of All Wars Museum is located on the property of the Lee and Gordon's Mills in Chickamauga, Georgia. The museum displays items relating to various wars in which the U.S. has participated. Among the items on display are photos, weaponry, and spoils of war, miniature dioramas and model planes, and a reconstruction of a German Stalag sleeping quarters. Mr. Honeycutt, a highly decorated World War II veteran, explains his motivation to write a book about his war experiences and found the museum.
This is me right here. Normal crew of a B-24 Liberator, as you see right over there, is 10. And I was a cameraman and aerial photographer and gunner. My primary job was to take pictures of the battles and so forth on the ground and bomb droppings. And secondary was if one of the crew was wounded or killed, which happened virtually every mission, I was to take his place at the guns. And I was always the 11th man. And when I started out to go to the plane, well, the crew would always holler out, "Hey, here comes the 11th man." And that's why I named that book, The 11th Man. It's a catchy title, but it's absolutely true. Everything in that book is true. It will tell you things you wouldn't believe happened about the death march, the bombs, the whole kit and caboodle is right here in this book. And this book is available at the museum. It's only $10, just the price of it. The reason I wrote that book was that I was, at that time, I think I was about 83 or 84 years old, somewhere in that neighborhood. And all this history that was in my head, I've got to thinking, when I die, that's going to be buried with me, and no one will know it. No one, particularly our children and young people that needs to know this stuff. That's why I wrote the book. Also, that's the exact reason I formed the museum. I think the Lord left me here on this earth for a purpose, and I think my purpose was to build this museum, and that's exactly what I did with the help of people like Bob. And without that kind of help, I couldn't have done it by myself. I had to have help. We still need help too, by the way.
Robert Clark, a veteran of both the Korean War and Vietnam War, comments on why he is a volunteer at the museum.
Well, it's been a real pleasure for me. He's 86, I'm 79, and I spent 25 years and 6 months in the military. So this all fascinates me still. You know, all the different wars, the guns, planes, and I never got military out of my head, so I love it. That's why I help him.
Several of the museum volunteers are retired veterans. They would be happy to share their knowledge of military history with you. We hope you will consider visiting us on your next visit to historic Walker County in northwestern Georgia.